Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is ClaraZeela and I do videos on luxury handbags and fashion items. And so today I wanted to do a most used 2023 purchases. I wanted to do it based on kind of the best cost per wear for items I purchased in 2023. I mean, we buy so many things throughout the year, but I really wanted to do it based on what I felt I got the most cost per use. Most of the items will be purchased from 2023, or if I felt there were items I used quite a bit in 2023 that could be helpful for you in case you're looking for items that could get really good cost per wear, I wanted to include them also. So I'm going to split it up between bags, and then I'm going to talk a bit about jewelry, clothing, shoes, and finally a bit on makeup. I'll try to keep everything to just a few items because we don't want this video to be too long, but I hope this will be helpful to you. So let's get started with bags because this is usually the most popular and most talked about item. So my most used bag was probably something I used for work, and if some of you have been following me, it should be no surprise to you. My large Celine Romy Bag, you can see it's all softened up now from use throughout most of the year. I believe I got this somewhere around the first quarter or second quarter of this year, and I have pretty much used it non-stop. I like the size, it's very understated, just very easygoing, sling over the shoulder, and basically very low maintenance, and it hasn't really given me any problems. And what I'm really learning is that when you have a bag and you hardly notice it's on you, it means that it's comfortable and it's not bothering you. So this was one of those bags. I was able to put quite a bit in here and I didn't really have to baby it too much. I mean, I wasn't rough on it, but I was able to put this on tables and chairs without thinking too much, because sometimes when you have a really delicate bag, you need to be a bit more careful, worried about corner wear, but this was just kind of toss everything in and just toss it anywhere bag. And I really like the capacity, and I kind of like the understated look, and I like that it's Celine. It kind of has a bit of a cool girl chic vibe, but you really wouldn't know this was Celine unless you were really into the bag. So definitely this was one of my most used bags. And of course, an honorable mention goes to my Hermes Lindy 26 bag. I did not purchase this in 2023, but it remains high on the list of usage and cost per wear. Again, it's just beautiful leather, high quality, and it's a bit more understated because it doesn't have logos all over it, and the capacity is great. So some of you who know the Loewe puzzle bag, it kind of has the same shape. It's kind of this kind of box shape with a wide base, and a lot of people find that very easy to use, and I think it's mainly because of the shape of this bag. So I've been using this for over 4 years and it remains a favorite, and may I dare say a forever bag in my collection, just because of how versatile and practical this bag has been. So let's talk about kind of daily carry, weekend type of bag. And actually my style on weekends is pretty laid back and very casual, just because a lot of the places I will tend to go to on the weekends tend to be not as luxurious. It's just maybe down the street, at the mall, or other areas whereby I'm just looking for a quick meal and then I'm gonna go. And so usually for those places, I don't always want to be carrying a very high-end bag. So my favorite bag, hands down, this year, including my work bags, has been a very inexpensive bag, which has been this COS bag. And this is, I believe, the small or mini size. It might be the mini size. It's in the white color. The capacity is awesome. It's just really big, and I love that it easily slings over the shoulder, and it's really secure with the zipper, which opens and closes really easily. And it's just one big hole, and it's inexpensive. And as some of you know, I am pretty concerned about white bags because I'm always concerned they will get dirty. So I don't tend to buy luxury items in super white colors. So I tend to go for inexpensive bags in the color white. And in fact, I actually spilled some ink inside this bag. I sometimes use fountain pens and it leaked, and it left a huge ink mark both inside and outside the bag. And what I did is I actually soaked this in bleach and then I threw it in the washing machine in a gentle cycle. and it came out fine. You can't even see those stain marks from the ink anymore. It was this large blotch right here, but it doesn't even show up anymore. So I am so impressed. And if I ever lost this bag or ruined this bag for any reason, I would not hesitate to get this bag back. And in fact, I like this so much. I also have this in the black, but by far I love it in the white because I think the white puffs kind of show up better in the white color, and it matches almost all my outfits, especially for the weekends. And most of all, I just really love the capacity. It doesn't look like a huge bag, but I can really stuff this bag by quite a bit just because this bag can puff out like this. Can you see how big that is? Anyways, I highly recommend this bag, and I have a review on this bag in case you're interested. Just check the links down below. Another bag that I haven't revealed on my channel yet, which I'll probably do later, is this Le Sport bag. It's kind of like a bucket bag, but what I really love about this bag is not only the capacity and the lightness, is that it's got a shoulder strap, and it also has a crossbody strap. I probably use the shoulder strap more than the crossbody strap, but I tend to carry it like this the most. It just goes easily over my shoulder, and there's plenty of room for a jacket or any other kind of thick sweaters, and it's black. So it's really easygoing, it's lightweight, it's low maintenance. It's got 2 zippered pockets, so it's got this huge pocket here, and then it's got a second zipper down here. So definitely lots of pockets, and I just love the size and how easy and lightweight this is. It's fully black, so it's not going to get dirty, and it basically goes with all of my outfits. And so for days where I need to take out more stuff like my camera or some of my vlogging gear or even extra clothing or cardigans or scarves, this is my go-to bag, and I have been really loving it. In fact, I love this so much. I also purchased this in the white color, which I can show in a future video when I properly review this bag, but definitely this bucket bag, definitely a winner, and it's just really easy on my shoulders and easy to use, and also it's stealthy enough. It just doesn't always draw attention because I don't always want to draw too much attention, especially if there are areas that I'm going to where I'm a little concerned about the security. So finally, you may be wondering, don't you use any of your Hermes bags on the weekends? And yes, I do. And typically if I am reaching for a luxury bag for a casual weekend, out comes the Hausan 25. So this is the one I have in Barenia, and actually I didn't use it as much as I wanted to in 2023 just because I took it to the spa, and it spent about 4 months at the spa just because I wanted to touch up a bit on the leather. There were quite a few scratches, and unfortunately I ended up getting 2 drops of alcohol on here. I don't know if you can see that, but basically I had hand sanitizer and I got 2 drops there, and it kind of chewed into the leather a bit. So what they've basically done is that they painted over it, so you can still see there are 2 spots, but you can't tell as much. I am really loving this leather. It has patinaed really well. So I've had this bag a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years now, and the color is beautiful. And I just really love this bag. It has a shoulder strap, which is how I usually carry it, and it's really understated, and the capacity is quite good so that it can carry most of my essentials and more. And even though the interior is swift, and I haven't babied the interior, look at it, it looks like almost brand new, the interior, because the spa doesn't clean the interior. What you see really is just exactly how it is, despite having used it for 2 years. Ever since it's been spa'd, I haven't really used it yet. However, I do plan to start using this regularly now because this is absolutely one of my favorites for the weekend. So let's move on to another category, which is travel. So for travel, definitely I have been taking around this COS bag. It's just really easy to use and very under the radar and just carries everything. But other than this bag, on a recent trip to Canada, I have been using my Aritzie puffy bag. It looks like a camera bag, but basically it's kind of like a waist bag. And so I was using this quite a bit. And what I really like about this is the capacity. It's quite big. It's almost like a camera bag. And so it fits quite a bit. However, it's not too wide, so it sits quite close to the body. It's very light. It's just made out of nylon, and I've been just really loving this for travel. It's just very light, it's secure, it's close to the body, and I kind of like how smushy and light this is, so I've been enjoying that. In terms of luxury, if I want to bring a luxury item, more often than not, it is my Kelly to go, and I've been also using this for work. If I need to make a quick errand, go out for lunch or coffee, I will just take this out together with my phone, and it just makes it very convenient. Now, of course, I've also used this for travel, and basically I can put my passport, maybe my really thin glasses, and all my daily essentials in here. And usually I would carry this in front of me or inside a jacket for security, but basically this could double as a pouch for the daytime, or if we are going somewhere fancy for dinner, I could of course remove the straps and just kind of use it as a clutch on its own. So definitely the Kelly to go I've been really enjoying, but just for full disclosure, I didn't use this as much in 2023 because I also sent this to the spa. Actually, what had happened is that I had been carrying it with my laptop, and because the laptop was so heavy, it actually kind of crushed this knob here, this turnkey knob, and so it was kind of slanted this way, so I had to take it back to Hermes Spa, and they were so nice. They had to take it back to Paris to repair, and it took around, I want to say maybe around 5 months, but it came back. They gave me new hardware, and I think they had just kind of cleaned it up a bit on the top, although I didn't request them to do that. But basically they gave it back to me with new hardware. I'm really happy with the work that they've done, and I intend to continue using this as much as I did before. And in terms of those special occasions, date night, or even travel, recently I have been using my mini Kelly too, as you can see here. Truthfully, I think this bag is more kind of like a girls' night out or a date night for travel. I do find it a little troublesome because opening and closing the bag is sometimes quite fussy because the top of it is quite narrow. So sometimes when you're closing your bag, you need to actually put actual effort to kind of like put the cover over the bag. So anyways, this always looks really photogenic, and it's such a pretty bag. I absolutely love this bag. But if you ask me between this one and the Kelly to go, surprisingly, I actually find the Kelly to go easier to manage on a holiday over this one. Somehow I find that the Kelly to go doesn't have the top handle, and maybe because this is a bit older, it's a bit more malleable and easier to open and close. And I don't know, maybe it's just because this one's less stiff because I've had it longer, but I do find this one easier to go in and out of versus the mini Kelly 2. So between the two, I actually kind of like this a little bit more for travel, although this one is definitely better looking. So the next category is jewelry, and I didn't buy a whole lot of jewelry this year. So my highest cost per wear 2023 jewelry purchase was none other than my VCA Guillaume white gold 5 motif bracelet. As some of you know, I also have the one in gold. To be fair, I purchased the gold one first, and later when the white gold came out, I actually preferred the white over the gold. They're both beautiful. However, if I had the choice of choosing one over the other, I actually prefer the white gold. I find that it's more casual, it's more fresh, or maybe I'm just kind of in a white gold phase right now because before I was probably more into yellow gold, and I'm pretty sure I will pivot between the two colors, but I own both. but for 2023 definitely I did prefer to wear the white gold one more often. So the next items are clothing items where I felt like I got a lot of cost per wear. So the first item are my Hermes cardigans, and this is one of the 2 Hermes cardigans that I got a lot of cost per wear. To be honest, the styles are nothing special. They are just plain black cardigans. It's just that the quality and the materials are really good, and because it's black, I can get a lot of use out of them. And I tend to wear cardigans more than, say, large sweaters or jackets, because in Hong Kong it's just generally really humid and you just need something when the aircon is just really blowing really hardly. And the other cardigan that I got a lot of cost per wear out of is my Acne Studios cardigan. And I think the reason why I love this one so much is because of the color. It's this beautiful sunny bright yellow color. The wool is actually not as nice as Hermes, but it's still quite warm, and I love having this pop of color. And in terms of jackets, there were 2 jackets that really stood out for me this year. So the first jacket is this cropped denim jacket from Prada. I'll try to put a picture somewhere because it's kind of hard to show here on camera, but I really kind of loved the kind of crop look. It's not too thick, and so I could also wear this indoors or when it was not too cold. Another kind of wear in aircon situation that I really loved this year was something from Celine, and it's this denim shirt. So this can act as both a shirt and also a jacket. I really like that this is really lightweight, and I can also wear it as an overlayer over a t-shirt, or I can wear it by itself. But it's basically kind of like a cropped denim shirt, and this one is from Celine. And I also really love this one. It's got nice colors and the sleeves are quite long, so I had to roll them up. So this was generally another favorite that I love from this year. And finally, a splurge, and I don't know if this counts as a most worn item because I actually bought it this month when I was in Tokyo when it was freezing. I got the poly jacket from the Row, and it's kind of hard to show pictures of it here on camera, but if I can find it online, I'll try to put pictures here on the camera. But it's like a beautiful wool cashmere pea coat. I found it really warm. I feel like it's something I will wear for a very long time. I also like that it's above the knee length. So I know the trend right now is to have those long overcoats, but sometimes when you're in public transportation or when you're sitting down, you don't have to worry about the tail end of your coat catching on the floor or on other kind of places where it could be a bit dirty, and ability is a bit easier for pea coat. It was like wearing a huge blanket and just hugging myself in it. And I love the fact that I could layer really thick sweaters underneath, and if I wanted to wear my mini Kelly underneath, I could just kind of tuck it inside and wrap it around my mini Kelly just for security purposes. So for shoes, I think my standout and most worn items were my sneakers on the weekends. So the first pair are the Alexander McQueen sneakers. What I really love about this pair is that it's super lightweight and the cushion is really great. And the second pair should come as no surprise, which are my RV white sneakers. They go with everything and they can be dressed up or dressed down. And I can even wear it to work on kind of like casual smart days because of the beautiful crystals. So definitely a favorite for 2023. So the final category I wanted to cover off was makeup, and I am no makeup guru or expert, but for me, the kind of item that I surprisingly used the most was this lipstick from Cle De Peau. It is the number 5 Camellia color. And it's just more kind of like your lips, but slightly better, but with some color and pigment. I love the texture, and this color goes with everything, and I think it's a great color for every day. I'm actually wearing a different color from Cle De Peau. It's the 103, which is their signature red. So I really love their signature red because it's kind of red but not too bold. I don't know how to explain it, but it goes well with my complexion, but for everyday, I really love this number 5 color called the Camellia. Another makeup item that really surprised me was this Le Blanc Rosy Light Drops, and it looks like this, and it's kind of like a layer to go under your foundation. It has kind of like a pearly texture, as you can see here, and when you smoothen it out on the skin, it gives it this kind of glowy, kind of mermaidish, kind of glowy texture, and I apply it under my foundation and it gives me a beautiful glow, which I've been really enjoying. So if you're looking for something with a nice glow under your foundation, I highly recommend this. But this was a find for me in 2023 and I really enjoyed that. In terms of palettes, there were a lot of different palettes I kind of played with, but I guess the one that I enjoyed the most was the Chanel kind of limited edition Christmas palette. A lot of you may already seen this before. To be honest, the colors are not that atypical. They are basically colors that you would find and use every day, so arguably you can say it's nothing special, but I did really enjoy this palette towards the end of the year and have been using it almost every day ever since I got this palette for the past 2 months. In terms of honorable mentions, I've been really enjoying this eye palette. Also from Cle De Peau, it's the number 8. It's called the Warm Ocean Sunset, and again, it's just kind of like an everyday palette, but I've been really enjoying the texture and the colors of this. Very easy to use, nice pigmentation, and I love this for every day. And finally, for honorable mentions is the Hermes Blush. And I received this blush both from Amy and Kat. It is the Rose Hermes Rose Doré 35 color. And I've been using that pretty much consistently since I received it from both of them. I believe I've had this, I want to say like over half a year to a year, and I have an extra palette from Kat because I received this from Amy, and I've just been really enjoying it. It's just very natural. It has a beautiful glow. It goes with everything, and I'm so glad I have 2 of them now just as a backup, because I don't know if this is going to be part of their limited edition range or if they're just going to make this a classic. It is really beautiful and I have been really enjoying this blush to the point I haven't really been using any of my other blushes, so definitely this has been a favorite and most used item for 2023. And finally, I just wanted to throw it in there because I only just recently got this, but I've been really enjoying this. This is called the Picasso Foundation Makeup Spatula, as you can see here. I believe this is something that was really popular in Korea, but I use this to apply my foundation. So I just swiped some foundation on my arm. I put this through my arm here, and then I just spread it over my face. I find that it makes it very even and thin, and I just really enjoy using this just because it just makes the foundation more even. And once I'm done with that, then I also apply a sponge just to kind of dab it out. But I really like the effect, and it's not as blobby or uneven. I don't know how to explain that, but anyways, if you're interested in this, I will also leave a link down below. So thank you for joining me here on my kind of last minute 2023 most used items that I enjoyed, especially the ones that I purchased in 2023. I wanted to make it more of a kind of most used versus best or worst, just because I feel like things that I buy, I really want to get cost per use out of them. So let me know, what were your favorite items, or what were your best cost per use items for 2023s that maybe I can also try out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also you can follow me on Instagram. I will leave my account handle somewhere here down below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I wish you a happy new year and a fabulous 2024. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye bye now.